Hey guys, today we're going to be making a spaghetti with meatballs. For the preparations, you will need 2 pounds of ground beef, 1 box of spaghetti from this brand, Columbia, or any tablespoon of sugar. You will need 1 whole chopped onion, 1 whole chopped garlic, a half teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. And also keep in mind you should add in some basil leaves for some smell and for some taste. You want to heat a pan to with water until it's hot enough to boil. And then you're going to put a box of spaghetti in there. Then, when the spaghetti is mildly soft, you then want to pour about a tablespoon of oil into your mix. Then, about half a teaspoon of salt. Make sure you get all the salt off, especially the one that sometimes manages to stick to the spoon. You then want to stir your mixture. Guys, once your spaghetti has gotten soft to this extent, you want to take a jar of marinara sauce and just get ready for that. Okay, now let's start with the ground beef. You're going to pour your chopped garlic in there. Next, you want to pour in your the rest of your salt, more salt. In this, your about half a teaspoon of salt. And then you're gonna start pouring in your pepper. All of this onto your 2-pound ground beef. And then you're gonna mix it all together. Okay? For the meatball part, you're gonna take your mixture, grab a bit of it, and then start rolling it into a ball. This is gonna give it that meatball shape. Okay, once you're done, you should have a plate full of meatballs from all your ground beef mixture. Okay, now you're ready to start cooking. Prepare another pot and heat it. Heat it till it's hot enough. Heat it until it's fairly hot, and then you're gonna pour about enough oil to basically cover the pan. It doesn't have to be the whole pan, but just enough oil, about as much oil as you see here. And make sure you spin it around so it covers about the whole pan. And then you're gonna start wanting to put in your meatballs one by one. If you put them in too fast, the oil will sprinkle back at you on your face. So make sure to be careful when doing this step. Okay, now once all the meatballs are in, you're gonna notice that some of them will have turned brown on the bottom. This means that the bottom will have been cooked by now. You can then flip it over. Be careful as not to break the meat, because they are still fragile and not as hard as they will be when you finish them. Okay, now that both of the sides are cooked, you want to prepare another thing to cook on, a pan this time. You want to pour about a teaspoon of oil onto your pan, and make sure it is a hot pan, fairly hot like the last one. And then you're gonna pour some onions in, your your white chopped onions in, and stir it around. You don't need to do too much, as we haven't really put anything else besides onions and oil in it yet. Okay, once it is stirred, you can get on with the next step. You want to pour all your meatballs in there. Prepare them on a separate plate once you have finished cooking them. Now stir this in too. Then you want to pour a jar of marinara sauce. Just pour the whole thing on there. We're making the sauce right now for the meatballs. Just pour everything on there. And then mix it all together. Okay, and now you want to start pouring your sugar on there. Then you want to mix it in. If you want it to be sweeter, you can pour in more sugar. It all depends on your taste and your preferences to how you want your sauce and your spaghetti overall to turn out. Make sure you mix it in and get the sugar all over so all your sauce can have the same typical taste instead of one spot having all the sweet stuff. Okay, once that's mixed in, you can serve it like this. You can put meatballs around, and you can put a basil leaf on top along with your sauce in order to top it and serve. This can go good with at many occasions, whether it be parties or dinners or just hanging out with your family or friends. Thanks for watching.